Today, we have a viewer recommended story, and it's one that I couldn't pass up. Special shout out to the legend himself and friend to the channel, Art Monzo, over in the Big Jesse Discord. You got a keen eye for the good ones, and you are truly appreciated, my guy. OP had me hooked right off the bat with his title. Probably not going to play a martial character again for a while. Now, I can have a good time with any of the classes, but I do tend to have the most fun with the martial characters. So my interest was absolutely piqued, and there was no way I wasn't making this one. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Our story today starts right off in the thick of things, and to set the scene, our group just finished traversing through an intricate dungeon leading us to the final chamber, triggering the launch of the long-anticipated final battle with the malevolent goblin chief. My level 5 barbarian wins initiative and on his turn kicks off combat entering the chamber. After seeing the distance, I realize there's no way to reach the enemy in one turn, but I sure as hell can get close, so I immediately fly into a rage, rush toward the throne with my ancestral guardians up, hoping to do some tanking, with my main focus being to distract the mobs surrounding the chief. The second turn in the initiative order is our gnome sorcerer, and he wants to cast Fireball, targeting the throne, thus hitting everyone in the vicinity. This would also include my character due to the size of the chamber where I had just positioned him the previous turn and the 20-foot radius of the spell. Granted, he did feel a bit weird about casting a spell that would put my barbarian in harm's way, but I told him to go for it, of course. This was the ultimate fireball opportunity. So the decision is made, and the gnome manipulates the weave around him, shooting a bright streak across the chamber, generating an immense explosion of intense flames swirling outward from the throne, encompassing us all, dealing massive damage and even dropping a few of the weaker mob members. Unfortunately, my barbarian failed his dex save, resulting in his guardians fading within the flame and him falling unconscious, dropping to the ground as he too fell victim to the unrelenting fire, a damage type he was not resistant to. One enemy attack and a nat 1 on a death save later, my barbarian's life force faded from his body. He died on the second round of combat to friendly fire, having not swung his sword once. So for the rest of the 3-hour boss fight, I sat there listening to the rest of the party consoling the gnome, who felt really guilty about it. They were saying things like, "You did 300 damage with that attack. The barbarian wasn't going to do that much damage all fight."
Yeah, I mean, objectively, you definitely made the right tactical decision.
And you know, that right there, that was the part that really stung. I was fine getting hit by the fire. I mean, I told him to go ahead with it after all. I think I was even fine dying immediately. What really upset me was that the entire table unanimously decided that my 5th level barbarian was less useful in a 10+ round fight than one 3rd level spell. Just popping in real quick to say, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. It's free. All right, let's get back at it. After this was up for a bit, the author ended up updating a couple times. The first update was, "Thank you all for the kind words, everyone. I feel much better having vented about it." And the second update was, "Some of you guys really hit the nail on the head with your comments. It wasn't dying, getting hit while down, or even the friendly fire that upset me. I was upset by the entire table agreeing that my death in round 1 was an acceptable loss and I would have contributed little to the fight anyway. Man, that's rough. I really hope this didn't deter them from playing a martial class again. As far as this situation, I mean, I understand the sorcerer feeling guilty about murking one of his party members. And on that note, I also understand the rest of the party trying to make him feel better, because I'm sure that's a pretty shitty feeling. However, they reacted shitty themselves. My man is over here just dealing with character death. And while that wound is fresh, they're sitting here dunking on him in complete disregard to how that player is doing and what they're going through. I mean, this is as close as you can get to kicking someone while they're down without actually kicking someone while they're down. Oh, man. And of course, with action economy and the ability to tank hits, especially as the path of the Guardian Barbarian, the party would have been better off with the Barbarian alive during that fight. I mean, hands down, no question. Character death is one of those things that it's important to handle that situation correctly. Not everybody can take it well. Not everybody is okay with it right off the bat. However, it does quite often lead to narratively cool situations and RP growth with the rest of the party, and it is part of the game. On that note, it is very important to handle those situations properly. At my table, whenever a character dies, I make sure, no matter what the situation is, even if it was from poor decisions, I describe and narrate their death in a heroic stance of some sort, some way to give it some flavor so that it hopefully doesn't sting as badly and it can turn to a narratively cool situation. This table just was shitty. They were shitty to him. I mean, you don't tell a player that they're useless and it's all right that they died because they wouldn't have mattered in the fight anyways, because damn, that's rough. And if you agree or disagree, let me know down in the comments. And if you like this one, give it a like. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. It's free. Now, once again, I do want to give another shout out to Art Monzo over in the Big Jesse Discord for recommending such a cool story. Thank you, my dude. If there's a story you'd like to recommend or one of your own you'd like to share with us, or if you just want to say hi, come join the Big Jesse Discord. Link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Later.